Well, guys, just got some things I want to say. Just basically, in a way, some advice, some things, basically about like being young and like what we can do. Basically, it's like, what is it you want in your life? What are you doing to achieve it as well? Like sitting around gets you nowhere in life, and as much as we don't like to hear that statement, it really does stick to your mind like a leech. Sitting around just allows you to think too much on your past and what you would have done differently. Allows you to just reminisce too much on what you messed up or what you used to be. It just takes away your focus on your present self in creating that better future that financially supports you and emotionally supports you. Um, I have this written down, of course. um, your focus dwells more in your past pains due to your mind not letting go of what made you the way you are in the present. The mind focuses on these pains because it is the choices that should teach you the lesson, or that lesson. The lesson is do this and stay a failure, or don't do this and succeed. Any choice you made when you were younger that brought you to where you are now, you need to look at. And you need to look at the ones that prevented you from going further, and you need to reflect on those. But if you reflect on them too much, you're going to get lost, and you don't want to get lost. So you only need to reflect on it enough to learn, like, alright, don't do this again. Otherwise, I'm fucked. Write those choices down, and then avoid them. And then write down the choices that made you more successful in where you're at, and embracing those, because those choices are going to come around a lot more often as long as you focus on that positivity. It's like, did those choices hurt or did those choices succeed? If they're only hurting you, then you need to get away from them, and you need to really sit down and think, like, why are you repeating the same choices in a different way, though, every year or every day? You only need to reflect long enough to see what you learn from it, and then use that to prevail. But remember, things take time. Everything takes time. It takes 10,000 hours to master something. That's about 9 years to master something. Take a year to be able to understand who you are. Write down everything you dislike, stay away from it. Whether it's physical or inanimate. If it's like an inanimate object and you don't like it, stay away from it. If you don't like what you see, don't look. If you don't like what you hear, don't listen. It is very simple. It's really simple as that. If I don't like what's going on with my government, I'm not going to pay attention to my government. If I don't like what's going on in a video game, I'm just going to stay away from that video game, or stay away from that situation in the video game. You want to write down the things that you do enjoy, and you want to stay around everything that you do enjoy. Those little things that make you happy, whether it's like skateboarding or something, music or anything that just makes you happy, is where you want to stay around. Just don't think on all the negativity. You think on negativity, again, you're just going to be losing focus, and you're just going to shit on yourself even more. Allow yourself to be surrounded by the little things that make you happy. You'll be able to regain your focus on your personal talent, whether it's art, music, business, whatever it is you do. You'll be able to regain focus. You regain that focus, you'll be able to be more productive in that field. And if you're productive in that field, you'll be able to succeed and make the kind of money that you want, or you'll be able to do what it is you want in that field. use the technology to your advantage nowadays. We live in an age of technology at our fingertips. We can ask anyone a question. We can go online, just ask a question, someone will answer. Anywhere around the world, you can hit someone up, be like, "Yo, what's 5 times 20?" Someone will give you an answer. You're able to just Google, like, how to split an atom. Just use that technology to your advantage. It's a way of communication. It's a way of networking. It's a way of knowing people and getting people to know who you are. And if you don't use that technology, then you're staying hidden. You're staying under the radar of, getting further ahead. Like if you go into business, you're gonna need social media to help you get more customers for that business. Music. Social media is number one for music, because where do you go for music? YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, something like that. It's going to give you music. New music, SoundCloud, shit like that. All that just helps us to advance and either get more music or allow us to find new artists, and those new artists are allowed to get paid even more because they're getting noticed. Use the technology to your advantage. Look at your life, look at where it's at. If you don't like, write it down, and if you don't like where you're at, you need to figure out what it is you can do to change. If you're stuck in a hole where you're constantly spending your money on bullshit, then you need to figure out what it is you can do to take that money and go from spending on bullshit to spending on the shit that you need. You need to understand your difference between needs and wants. A want is just a desire. A need is a necessity. I need water, but I want soda. What's more important, water or soda? Water, of course. That's how everything works. You need to start going off of what you need rather than what you want. Oh, I want to have I want to have fun all the time. Well, I need money in order to have to go out certain places. You know, you want to save money. You should find what it is that takes away the money first. You need to write down out every expense, whether it's weekly, monthly, annually. Write it down as you check your income from work. Take out what is owed for essential bills and take a percentage from the rest as savings, and the last is your play money to play around with. That's where you oh, I want new clothes, just have new clothes to go out on the weekend. That's where you spend it. You want a specific body type, make the time to eat properly while exercising the right way. Learn what your personal body needs to achieve the kind of weight and muscle that you're wanting to get to. Again, technology helps with that. You can teach yourself all this just by opening your phone, living your best life, by making the right choices that will truly advance you in your life. Use the technology. Use every opportunity that comes to you, man. It's like, don't pass up any opportunity unless you know it's not gonna help. Don't be afraid to ask people for help. Don't be afraid to be alone. Being alone, just shows how much stronger we are, especially if we succeed. It's all on our own. That's when you can really say you're self-made. Have a good night. That's all.